2-1 series, best of
well,
best
it looks
of
like
five.
he wants to rely on his mechanics. Doing a great job getting that wall up because, as we know, the motto anytime you're playing a Zerg, any kind of a Zerg player, no matter your race, is always be closing. Always be closing. ABC, kind of close to WBC, so definitely a guy who, at least I'm sure in some way, form or another, is familiar with that saying. Always be closing off that ramp and making sure that you have a Zealot there to block things up and, and keep out any sort of drone scouting as well as any Zergling run by. So, but yeah, WBC, very standard, and out of Sanus we're seeing, I hate to, use the standard word standard, but getting that spawning pool up first was prepared to deal with any sort of hyper-aggression out of WBC. Not seeing any. He's got couple Zerglings, and that drone running back and forth to scout around, being very, very active on the map, which is a good thing to do anyway, but especially against a player like WBC, who is just renowned for how much he loves to plant little hidey things in different places to try and make sure that he can catch his opponent off guard. But again, I'm just as surprised as you are to see that he's really just saying, hey, 3-gate chrono boost out that warp gate research and let's go.
Oh yeah, and right now he's got that one Zergling parked there, kind of in the middle of the ramp, trying to goad that Zealot to come on down. But unfortunately, he's not falling for that little maneuver right there. He's definitely got him completely in a hold position there. Smart. The other day we did see somebody who didn't have him on hold, and they were able to run in there. That was absolutely disastrous.
That?
I can't
that
remember
was
who
so
it was.
ugly, and it was bad because it wasn't like a bad player. It was a guy who's really good. But yeah, he had like his army kind of pulled back to the side, and then that one Zealot, and it was on a big map. I think it was Tal'Darim Altar that it happened on, because it was one of those maps where there's a lot of distance between the choke and the main mineral line. And he just kited the Zealot down because he wasn't in hold position. He moved about a quarter inch, half an inch, and then like 30 Zerglings rushed by it into the mineral line and got a quick GG. So WBC,
absolutely brutal.
Oh, it was. And BC moving out now, going to get that Nexus very, very quickly. So using those 5 sentries to try and curtail any sort of action. One Zergling is going to sneak in, going to get a good look at the entire base here of WBC. And probably going to be a little surprised to see. It's like, wow, he actually is doing exactly what it looks like he's doing. He's not playing like WBC usually does. He just sees the 3 gates and the Cybernetics core and a handful of pylons. So back in the base of Sanus, though, just pretty, Sanus-like things going on. He's got the Roach Warren up. That Roach Warren always goes up very fast for Sanus. Much faster than I would say even most pros put it up. They just, he favors that early Roach Warren so well, and he uses it to such amazing effect.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things where, if he's going to continue doing what Sanus does, he's going to spread that creep like a fiend, get it wherever he can, and have just ultimate vision over that whole board. And that's one of the weird. I can't really say weird, but one of the great things about Xel'Naga Caverns here is that you can, if you spread that creep right down into the middle, you can see that army coming for a long time. The only time that you really have any sort of issue is if they come down the well used corridors nowadays.
Right.
Because that's
the Artosis common knowledge corridors.
The common knowledge corridors. That's exactly right. We see Sanus coming down now. Those roaches.
Oh, he's going to be trying to put some pressure on here, and really this is the kind of play that's beginning to be more and more popular at super high levels of play, GSL levels, where basically the Zerg player goes, nah, I think I can break this. I don't care how many sentries you have. I've got enough roaches. And wow, WBC's in trouble here, Red Mage. This is GG. This is going to end right here and right now. There's not much he can do about this.
This is going to be absolutely ridiculous right here. He has engaged the alternate reality drive and has discovered the secret is 42, and really making an absolute destructive mockery of this.
Really, he is winning this right now, like as if he's got 42 roaches. Just making great usage of his Zerglings and his roaches, though, doing just an amazing job. So WBC not going to be quick to GG, but I mean, how do you bounce back from this? You know your Zerg opponent's up on his. I mean, as a Zerg opponent will be, is up on his expansion early, and now you just lost yours at the roughly the 9-minute mark. And now, he can just sit down here with these Zerglings and these roaches and hold this ramp. I mean, WBC walling himself in. Looks like he's going to try and transition into something. But the damage is done. And I would say at this point, it's going to take a miracle of some sort for WBC to try and pull himself back into this. I mean, it's like he's going to have to basically engage, that drive you were talking about.
Yeah, the alternate reality drive.
Exactly.
Because that's a, and and really in this kind of situation for Santis, the only thing he's got to do is don't panic, and and he should definitely continue to make this increase. We did see that. I think he was getting.
I got to just interrupt. That was a good one. Oh, that was a good one. That was a great reference. Well done, my friend. I'm just
Layer Tech up and ready to go right now, and you can see that he's right now getting more gas, more upgrades right now, doing what he didn't do the last time, where he there was a huge battle in a midfield, getting those upgrades, and really going from the Mark 1 to the Mark 2, making significant upgrades to it there. Instead of having a Jarvis, he's got himself that Hive Tech, throwing down more Spore Crawlers and Spine Crawlers, doing a great job at defending everything that he can.
Right.
And this is going to be an absolutely brutal engagement once he gets that third base up and running.
Well, see, here's the problem. At some point, WBC is gonna have to move out. He's gonna have to. He can only do this so long. Santis is going to be able to continue to produce. We look back, he's being solid. It looks like he took your advice. He didn't panic. He's just getting his upgrades. Some more roaches, some spine crawlers, even on the way to try and deal with this. And it looks like WBC, he's kind of doing I guess you could call this like a photon cannon siege line. He's trying to inch his way out, and now he's going to have to pull back. But there's no way that WBC is going to bounce back from this. I mean, they're just, we're now at the 12-minute mark, and he's still on one base. He does not have any kind of Colossus tech. He has no tech at all to speak of. He's got 4 warp gates at 12 minutes that he can't support, and Santis continues to hold the bottom of the ramp. So even if he manages to chase this off, he's now at a 40 supply deficit. That's only going to get higher and higher and higher. The second Nexus isn't even in production. But, he's hanging out in the final, so he wants to make sure that he doesn't give up too early.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. I thought he was going to run those Zerglings right on in. He had a perfect timing to run them right on in the main line.
He probably should have. I'm not.
But he should have. But this is going to be great right now because he's got all those Stalkers and Sentries focused on what they're doing, and they did eliminate that one pylon in there, giving a couple more Roaches a little bit more access. And you just see, they're going to pile in here. This is going to be no good right here, as and more of these pesky Roaches are going to move right in and dominate here, like they're going into Joe's apartment. And just creating such a thing.
That doesn't count. That's the name of the movie.
That's exactly right. I'm throwing those curveballs in there because, of course, you can't use names of movies that we reference.
Well, a little bit of trash talk there. So, but yeah, we see TQ Santis going to lock things down and walk away champion of our Omega Divisional number 8, brought to you by itsgosu.com. All right, folks, I'm AC. That's Red Mage JR, and I hope, whether you're listening in to the VOD or you've been here live with us, I hope. What was our total count? You've been keeping track of the references we've made, so what's the total count on the number of movies we referenced this season?
17 movies tonight.
And we're asking for 3. All right, folks.
Yeah, we're only asking
seriously.
for 3. And keep in mind that tonight, we're trying to get you guys, used to this whole thing. So we're not always going to have 17 movies. Sometimes we'll only have 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But or sometimes it might be a slow night. So you always got to make sure that you're really paying attention to what we're doing. Again, don't write down the movies that we reference directly because they don't count.
If you hear us actually mention a movie's name, that's what we mean by directly. I mean, there are some that were pretty obvious, yeah. But again, we're trying to make things easy since this is our first time go around the merry-go-round too. But if you heard like that last one, Joe's Apartment, that's the name of the movie. Do not send in Joe's Apartment or earlier.
Thor.
Yeah, since you said you went and saw Thor, that's not a movie reference. We're talking, quotes, etc., etc., etc. But all right, guys, best of luck. Remember, it's 10:15 Eastern Standard Time by my clock. So even if you're on the East Coast and you just joined us, you've got plenty of time. If you're on the West Coast, you've got plenty of time as well. Well, I guess that's kind of stupid. It's the same amount of time either way. But I guess I'm just assuming the people on the West Coast are the ones who are more likely to go back and watch the VODs. But yeah, so if you're just joining us, and I just saw our viewer count jump up just a smidge, so somebody else new is in here as well. But if you're just joining us and you want to compete in this contest, I'll go ahead and outline the rules one more time. I'll do that if you can. Red Mage, go ahead and contact Santis and let him know how to claim his prize.
Yep.
But the rules for the contest are thus: all we ask is you have to hit follow on Justin TV. and throughout, hey, there we go. Devasion already sent his email. Good for him. And by the way, it's not first come, first served, Devasion. It's great that you sent your email already. It's going to be randomly chosen by computer choice. But anyway, the rules of the contest are: all you have to do is hit follow on Justin TV. Then you have to either have been here with us live, or if you're listening on VOD, that's fine. You've got until 3 a.m. Pacific, or 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, midnight Pacific Standard Time, and that'll be on. It's May 25th is the date of this event of the IG Omega Divisional Number 8. So you've got until midnight Pacific Standard Time or 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, May 26th. So that's 5 hours from now, give or take. But all you have to do is include in that email your Justin TV name, the name that you use to sign in, and then 3 of the 17 movies. And again, we referenced a lot tonight just because we're easing into this. We want to get you all eased in as well. But all you have to do is include 3 of the 17 movies we referenced. You don't have to actually pull the quote or say what game it even happened in. We keep track of that. That's not a problem. Just give us 3 of the 17 movies we referenced tonight, and 2 winners will be chosen at random, and you will be receiving some very, very special edition Planeswalker Magic cards. $15 a pack is actually the wholesale price. Again, that's not retail, that's wholesale, for which these go, and these are actually somewhat even more rare than the standard type. Why is that, Red Mage?
It's because they were only sold at the New York the 2010 New York Comic Convention. So they're pretty cool. They're the promo Planeswalker Magic cards. They are pretty slick. If you're a fan at all of Magic, or if your friends are fans of Magic, if they're aware of the Planeswalker series, which most of them are, because a lot of people use the Planeswalkers in the tournament decks. It's pretty good. And I guess we should also mention that only 1 email per name.
Right.
You can't send us like 6 emails with all 17 of the thing, because it only counts 1 per login name. So.
Yep, and if you do send us 6 emails, just so you know, guys, if you want to do that, and that's fine. We're only going to pick one of them, though. We'll delete the rest and pick one to insert into it. So you're more than free if you want to include. And by the way, we do ask that you send 1 email, but if you can name 17 of them, it's not going to give you a better chance, but just in case you happen to get one wrong or something like that, if you want to include others that you feel like you got right, feel free to do so. But again, just please 1 email. If you do something like send us 6 or 7 emails, we're just going to delete 3 of them and put your name in the hat once, so no advantage to be had there. But once again, guys, I'm AC. That's Red Mage JR. This has been the Omega Divisional Number 8, brought to you by itsgosu.com, and of course brought to you by our sponsors, Hypocrite Games, Cyberground.us, Max Integration, and Sanyamibushi Jujutsu and Combination Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense. Check them out at sanyamabushi-goju.com. So TQ Santa's besting 1 WBC to become the champion of tonight's event. That's why we got the Rocky Song remixed by Ronald Jenkins. I haven't flashed that a single time tonight. I want to do that at least once. The music you've heard in the background this evening, by the way, can be found at the following links: halotopic.newgrounds.com, myspace.com/Indigo League, and Ronald Jenkins at ronaldjenkins.com. Ronald Jenkins, the baller you're hearing, remix the Rocky Song right now. You can buy his album Disorganized Fun at ronaldjenkins.com. Please do that. Don't be one of those people who torrents it and says, I'll buy a t-shirt if I really want to support the Honest. He doesn't sell t-shirts. He doesn't do live shows. He lives off of those albums. So go buy his album Disorganized Fun. Red Mage, my friend, I think it's about time for us to bail.
Absolutely is, and thanks a lot, guys and girls, for listening to us tonight. We wish everybody good luck in the contest, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Or no, Friday.
Absolutely. Keep it locked, guys. Head to itsgosu.com. Check out all of our events. I'm AC. That's Red Mage. Have a good night.